I'm going to tell you what, I've been doing this for a little while now, and you have absolutely taken the bull by the horns and said, I know what I want. I know what I want to get to. And you've been relentless since the beginning. I really want to just get some insight from you on your experience, the highs, the lows, the eases, the difficulties, etc. So I can really start to shape that, continue to develop and build, and really just celebrate you and 10 pounds down already, which is I mean, dude, 10 pounds, you've been here for 35 days.
I know. I know.
What?
Trust me. I am shocked. But it's true. I double check and I get back on the scale. I'm like, no, that's right. I was so unsure about it that I picked up one of our 100-pound dumbbells and I put it on the scale because I'm like, well, I need to see if the scale is accurate because I don't trust this. So I deadlifted a big weight and put it right on the thing, and it was 100 pounds on the dot. I'm like, oh my God, the scale is freaking accurate. I have lost 10 pounds, which was my goal from the start. Remember, said 10 pounds and then pretty much anything else that comes along with that.
Been about 5 pounds heavier than usual, and I've kind of plateaued there. 5 to 10 in the middle. I'd say 8 pounds heavier than I'm used to when I'm, at my fittest and I look my fittest, or, when I step on a scale in that sense. I know it's not all about the scale, but just targeting the scale. Yeah, definitely a bit heavier than I would want to be and than I'm used to being.
I'm already there. I'm giddy about it because I haven't seen myself in the 140s since high school.
What are some things in the program that you have experienced that you weren't expecting to?
A week ago, I was just standing bridge watch, and the AB on watch with me was like, "Hey, Hope, can I tell you something?" I was like, "Yeah, shoot, go ahead." I mean, we're up here for 6 hours. What do you got? And he was like, "You have lost weight, my friend." And I was like, "Dan, you're gonna make me cry. You're actually gonna make me cry." And he was like, "No, I know you. I've sailed with you a bunch of trips now, and you have noticeably lost weight."
If you were speaking to a company executive, how would you describe the value of this program?
It has been invaluable so far for me. I have never really been, like I was telling you at the start, I've never really been in a place where I knew what to do in order to progress at all. And now that I'm in this group, I have these workouts already pre-made. So there goes the stress of putting things together or the endless searches on Google of what to do, or it has never worked out. But on top of that, I have all of the plans for nutrition put right in front of me. The program has made it so easy for me to get closer to where I want to be. And I can't say that I'm not doing any of the work, because I am doing the work, but all of the work that has to go in to be able to get the work done is just being put right in my hands. It's totally different than having a landside trainer telling me what to do, or someone that's never been at sea telling me what to do at sea and trying to relate, than having people, I say by my side, but in the app that I guess are technically by my side, doing it with me, with somebody who knows what it is to be a mariner and how hard it is to keep your fitness up as a mariner. And that's all encountered in the program. So it's completely different than signing up for, I don't know, one of the millions of things that I have passed. Or you want to be bikini body ready for the summer? Sign up now. It wouldn't correlate to being a mariner.
So since we started, how have you noticed your stress levels change since starting the program?
Totally down. My stress is totally down. Not even just saying that. Starting the day with these workouts is the perfect way to start the day. Anything that I was feeling stressed the day before, I'll get up, shake it off at the gym, and then it's like a reset. It's like a full reset, but it's more of a reset than I used to work out without the program, but it just did not have the same effect on me because I didn't know what to do. So I just did a bunch of random things, and I didn't really get sore in the right spots, and I never felt like I was getting anywhere. But now I don't know. I just it's a perfect start to the day. And every time I end up getting stressed during the day, I'm like, am I going to work out twice today? Am I going to go to the gym at noon just so that I can de-stress? I really think that because I've seen the way that it makes me feel before starting work. So then every time I'm stressed at work, I'm always like, oh, well, at least I have that workout. I'll get it out. I'll get out all the stress in my run later. It's okay. Yeah. So I have definitely noticed that I'm less stressed.
Can you describe how your focus and productivity have changed since beginning the program?
Very productive. Pretty much at the same time that I started the program, I switched watches to the night watch.
Mhm.
And I was a little nervous about having to like spring into action at midnight to get working, because if I don't do anything between midnight and 6 when I'm in the bridge, there goes half of my workday. So I pretty much have to roll out of bed and have coffee in the dark and then get right to it, which is something that I was a little nervous about. But again, starting with the workout like gets me going. I'm up, I am showered, my heart rate has already been up for an hour, and then I started taking the creatine and the BCAAs. I'm following on steps here. I'm like taking it I'm supposed to, and I'm definitely noticing that it's helping, like especially with soreness. Just like super sore and then having to like slug my way to the bridge would suck, and I've done it before and it sucks. But now I have the program and the perfect workout in the morning, followed by the supplements that now I take, and noticing a full difference. Then I get that cup of coffee in and I'm like wide awake, ready to go, got music going. And everyone's always like, do you ever stop working? Like, do you ever calm down? I'm like, nope, it's midnight and I'm ready to go. Got shit to get done, and it starts right now. And the AV's just like standing in the corner in the dark, like, I'll be over here.
Yeah, you just do your thing. That's
Yeah, and
amazing.
I'm like forth, but no, it's totally helped me be able to be more productive at midnight, where it's not that common for the maid on watch to do work at midnight in the dark. So sometimes I relax, but with the quick run there was like no time to do almost anything other than the 2 days that we have at sea.
Right.
So the midnight watch is important at sea, because you have to get all of the the million of computer things that we have to sign out and send into the office and all that jazz, and all the inspections, all that stuff that has to get logged in and sent. There's just no other time for it than midnight. And I was definitely concerned that I wasn't going to be able to do it all at midnight, roll out of bed all tired and whatnot. But that has not been the case. Not been the case at all. And even with starting the program, I was still nervous about it, because I'm like, oh, great. Now it's going to be midnight and I'm going to be tired as hell because it just worked out. Still going to have no time to get anything done. But no, it hasn't happened that way. It's actually been great. I've been wide awake and ready to go at midnight, which is awesome, because I was worried about that for sure.
The new app, how have you, aside from the nutrition, how has that been working?
Oh, it's good. Everything other than the nutrition. I like the forum, the Mariners forum. It's cool to read through that and like see who else is in it. Actually, I looked through it to see if I knew like any of the names or if anything looked familiar. But no, it's cool just seeing other people talk about it, which is a huge plus over the other app, because then you really don't feel alone. Because everyone is in the same chat.
Yep.
In terms of just like doing my career every day, I'm most certainly noticing that like even just something as simple as going to the forecastle and grabbing something and then coming back, I have to hit like 10 staircases along the way in order to do that. And it's making it much easier. It's making it much easier just to get around, which is like something that I didn't think I would ever take for granted. Like being able to walk around real quick and real stealthy and not get tired by the time. Not that I would get tired by the time I got to the forecastle, but I seriously have to go down and then up and then over and then down and then up and then back over and then up and then down one more time to get into the forecastle. So many different staircases along the way, and I'm just noticing that I like fly around the deck. Even that guy that mentioned that I looked like I had lost weight, he was saying that he has never seen anyone jump around the ship as fast and as quick as I do. Like I'm just up, I'm over, and I'm sideways and around. I just move so fast in a safe way, of course, in a safe way.
Necessary.
But yeah, safely jump around the ship. No, it's making it easier to get around for sure. Like my legs just feel much better. I don't even know. That's kind of a weird way to explain it, but doing the job every day has been much easier this month than it has been in the past. And I've never complained about it or really even noticed that it was harder than it is right now. Mm-hmm. I wasn't at this level yet. I wasn't here yet. So I thought that the sore legs by the time I got to the forecastle was just a normal thing for me because of all the stairs. But now I'm just there, still going, so that, I mean, it just makes it easier, and I'm definitely more satisfied if I'm not tired by the time I'm, done walking around for the day or carrying something somewhere. It just makes the day easier. I was thinking about this yesterday. We went tank diving, and I had to go down, 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 all the way to the bottom, and then squeegee the ground, down and back, down and back, down and back, like a million times. And everyone was dying. I was fine. I'm like, are we going to the other side now? And everyone's like, oh no, we're gonna go back in tomorrow. I'm like, I only did one side. I felt fine, completely fine. And I had been moving back and forth, felt fine. I was like bent over squeegeeing the whole time. Everyone else's back was like dying. People were taking breaks and like stretching around. And no, I was fine. I was fine. And I'm like, is this because I'm like been working out? Is this related? I will. But I really like the wording that you used there. You said, I am grateful that my body moves, like that it moves like this. And I swear I have never thought like that before. That has never crossed my mind, that I'm grateful for the way that my body moves. And in the past week or so, the past 2 weeks, when we were doing all those strenuous things, I'm like, oh my God, like, I don't think I would have been feeling like this if I haven't been working out. And I've been noticing that I'm more grateful for it, which is just something new for me, at least.
That's
so
beautiful.
that's
Thank you
cool.
for saying that, and for recognizing it as what it is, and like, we're humans, right? We're imperfect. We are mobile until we're not, right? And so the only way to not be mobile is to stop moving, and that's why, like, this is such a driving force, because the ship moves, and you better have how many crew members you have? 20?
Yeah, 23.
23, right? You better have 23 people that are able to move with that ship, because it takes the entire fleet of crew members to be able to, like, make sure that that thing runs smoothly and safely, and like physical demands, but as well as the mental aspect, like from the captain down to the SA. Like, everybody has a job to do, and it does require moving your body. How do you think implementing this program company-wide could benefit the fleet?
What a question. That would be awesome. The fleet, I was thinking small scale, like just on my ship. But if this were to be like a fleet thing and all of the ships were doing it, that would be pretty freaking badass. And I think it would be great. I think it would be really awesome. Yeah, that would be, like, I'm really excited to bring it up at the meeting. Like, especially, I wanted to bring it up, and then my captain said I should bring it up, and I'm like, I was going to. It's a great idea. It's a great idea. But, I hear comments like throughout the day. I think we were eating lunch a couple days ago, and one of the third engineers, who's like a young guy, probably like 2 years older than me or something, he was like, man, I'm getting fat as fuck. And I'm like, oh, maybe he'll be interested when I bring up the program. Like, you never know. So like everyone is thinking something, and maybe they're just, kind of stuck where I was and just not so sure what to do about it. And maybe if, the company, or even if it was me or the captain, if he wanted to take the initiative, but if someone were to like present it to them, and then, the engineers could do it together, or I think it would really grow, depending on obviously what and who your ship is made up of. But here we have a lot of young people, and a lot of people I feel would be super interested in it. And I think it could, at least depending on who you have on board, or what the age range is, and what the run is, and if there's time, if there's a gym, all that jazz. But here, and on the ships that we have in this fleet, I think it would really, really work really well.
If you were speaking to a company executive, how would you describe the value of this program?
It has been invaluable so far for me. I have never really been, like I was telling you at the start, I've never really been in a place where I knew what to do in order to progress at all. And now that I'm in this group, I have these workouts already pre-made. So there goes the stress of putting things together, or the endless searches on Google of what to do, or it has never worked out. But on top of that, I have all of the plans for nutrition put right in front of me. So obviously a bit harder on the ship, but my galley department has been really awesome with helping me out at lunch. and I see them doing it for one other person as well that pretty much gets the same thing every day. But the program has made it so easy for me to get closer to where I want to be. And I can't say that I'm not doing any of the work, because I am doing the work, but all of the work that has to go into be able to get the work done is just being put right in my hands. They're just being handed right to me. Do these and follow this. Eat these and do this workout tonight, and then rest tomorrow. It's been like a indescribable for me that I could just roll out of bed, walk down there, open my phone, and be like, okay, start workout. There's no thought for me, because you guys do all of that. You do all the hard work. All I have to do is get my buns out of bed. Then I go down there, I just click start. That's it. I don't have to wake up 25 minutes early to figure out what I'm going to do for the day. I don't have to go Google searching or do this and then, well, how do I grow my back or do this, write that down? Nope, don't have to do that. All I have to do is get up. That's it. That is all I have to do. And then the program being specifically for mariners, it's complete. Like, I have a CrossFit gym at home and I have a trainer at home that also offers private plans. And he's been my CrossFit trainer for, I don't know, since high school. So years and years and years. But I was never willing to sign up for anything with him. I wasn't. We never really got into it. Other people at the gym did. He doesn't know what we do out here, and he doesn't actually get it. So being in a program with a trainer that is a mariner, it's hard exactly to use words to describe how different it is than just having a regular trainer that is a normal landside person that's never been at sea. It's totally different. It's totally different. And you could tell, like, in the forums chats with the other people that are mariners, like, these people get it. Like, the struggles that I was having, my trainer at home just would not understand. You know, if he was like a personal trainer for me outside of CrossFit, there's no way that he would actually grasp the issues that I was having. You know, like the first time that I talked to you on the phone and I was like very vulnerable with the problems that I was having and like the issues that I was having on the ship, and I was getting absolutely nowhere. I could tell him that if he was my trainer, and he could give me, you know, his answers. He's a great trainer, but he's not a mariner. He's never been at sea. He doesn't actually get the struggles of how hard it can be here. So ShipShape Health and you and Travis actually get it, and you can relate on an extremely personal level to what we do here and the struggles that are specific, very specific to being a mariner, you know, and not having all of the equipment that we wish that we could have. And you, like you said earlier, understanding that it's just not possible for us to get all of those workouts done because things come up and sometimes it's just not possible, you know, but you guys are fit for that. You already encountered that when you made the workout plan, which obviously I didn't know. I didn't know that until just now. So I won't miss workouts on purpose. But, you know, it's totally different than having a landside trainer telling me what to do, or, you know, someone that's never been at sea telling me what to do at sea and trying to relate, than having people, I say like by my side, but in the app that I guess are technically by my side, doing it with me, with somebody who knows what it is to be a mariner and how hard it is to keep your fitness up as a mariner. And that's all encountered in the program. So it's completely different than signing up for, I don't know, one of the millions of things that I have passed. Or you want to be bikini body ready for the summer? Sign up now. It wouldn't correlate to being a mariner.
If you were to talk to somebody who is a mariner, who's on board a ship, who may be looking to get in shape, who might want to, really take some steps to better their health and to like become the best version of themselves, if they were on the fence about starting a program for whatever reason, what would you tell them? What would you tell them if they were on the fence about joining ShipShape Health?
To freaking go for it. I would most certainly explain that I was also on the fence about it for a while. It took me, well, actually, you made it pretty easy for me by by giving me that that ultimatum with the 1 day or the 2 days, which ended up being the best thing for me. But no, I was totally on the fence about it because you just never know. Like, it's so different from anything that I've done before that, you know, with the price of it, it just like, I'm like, well, is it gonna be another one of those things that I do for 2 weeks and it's going great and then it just isn't working for me anymore? Or are the check-ins, like, is it actually gonna hold me accountable? You know, and I had, not that I had doubts, I just wasn't so sure that it was gonna, you know, be everything that I was being told it was gonna be, because a lot of things never actually are, you know, which is just the truth. But you know, pretty much like right as I started, I was automatically being talked to almost every day by either you, or then Travis came into play. So automatically I was already being held accountable. My app like was saying like, oh, you have notification. I'm like, oh, click, like, what do they have to say today? And it's like right off the bat, that doubt was out of my mind that I wouldn't be held accountable or would forget about it, or, you know, miss out on the opportunities. But no, seriously, I would just tell them that it is everything that you are thinking it might be, because that's exactly what has happened to me so far. And at first, you know, I had all my doubts. I have the paper in front of me right now that I wrote before we had our first interview, and I have like a couple things on here, like wanted to tone up my shoulders. I swear I am starting to get a shoulder bump that is like noticeable in pictures. I was like, oh my God. I sent a picture to my boyfriend. I'm like, you see this? Do you see this bump? Like, my shoulder is actually, it's forming because I'm targeting it. And I have a freaking bicep now. It's on its way, which, you know, I actually have that written down too. But then I have 5K without stopping. Check. Freaking ran a 5K. Didn't think I could do that. The last time I ran a 5K was at college, and it was like a fun run 5K, and it took me like 55 minutes. And I walked and I talked with a bunch of my friends, and, you know, we were running, and then every time we got somewhat tired, we're like, just for fun, like we'll get to the end. So when I was running and I was like, am I gonna finish this in under 30 minutes? I was like, I gotta go faster. Must go faster. I was just like, it's so exciting to see the differences from what I know that I was able to do in the past. And I had that written down, like, just without stopping is all I wanted to be able to do. It's just, I don't care how long it takes me. I just wanted to do it without stepping on the sides of the treadmill and like dying for 5 minutes and walking and then running a little bit. And, you know, it's awesome to be able to look at this and be like, well, I'm almost there with that. This is a check. That's a check. This is in progress. It's like these were written when I talked to you the first time, when you were just honestly seeing if I was going to be a good fit. And I'm like, well, I'll tell him that these are the things that I want to do. And maybe like he'll tell me if I'm a good fit. And you told me I was, and, you know, still was a little bit apprehensive about joining. But anyone that is on the fence should freaking go for it. Freaking take the chance, go for it, write down your goals. And I mean, this is personally for me, but I mean, like you said with Danny, it was going really awesome with Danny as well. And other people in the chat, you could tell that everyone's having decent success with it. And it's like you said earlier, you have seen it, the proof in it working for so many people. And that's really, if you put in the effort, you will see the results. So if anyone is on the fence and it has anything to do with the program, they should hop off that fence and freaking go for it. Go for it. Like, it's so cool. I didn't look at this sheet just now, up until this moment where we were just talking, and I'm like smiling because there's so many things on here. And I'm like, wow, so many of these things are either already a check or I'm working towards it. You know, like progress towards a bunch of these things. So this was my fence. I was on the fence when I wrote this. I really was. And I'm no longer on the fence. Exactly. Yeah, but you had sent out that email, like, write down a bunch of things so that we have like a baseline to talk about. Like, and I'm writing this down, and I still wasn't a part of it yet, of course, because we hadn't spoken yet. But this was me on the fence. And now I'm able to check so many things off and a couple I'm not, which is fine, but I'm working towards it. But it's cool to look at, and see that, holy crap, this is a month and a half ago what I wished for my future. So many of them are already en route. This was the fence. So I would tell them that, and I would probably bring this up that, I was most certainly also on the fence. And that's okay. I mean, it's not a small thing, I I got to put words into it, but if someone is willing to try and is going to put in the effort for it, then they should go for it, but it would probably be tough for someone that, wasn't able to stick to it, which is what I was nervous about. I was like, oh, I'm spend all this money and then it's going to take me 2 weeks to get out of the swing of it like it always does. But it's so hard to do that here because today, Travis messaged me today after, I think like 2 days ago, I told him like, yeah, I couldn't work out today. I was super busy and I moved the workout. And he texted me today, maybe 2 hours ago, and was like, hey, are you going to be able to get back into the swing of it this week? Like, is it going to be a full week? And I was like, hell yeah. Yes, it will be. So he's just checking in. Like, he actually remembered that I said that and checked in. So then, bam, there's the accountability. I have a little ping on my phone. I have a notification. I check it. It is Travis asking me if I'm doing my workout tonight. It's so hard to get out of the swing of things when you have someone pushing you to do it. It's so much different than trying to do it by yourself, which is like the biggest difference that I've noticed for myself so far is having someone help me with it has made the worlds of a difference.
So no longer on the fence.
No longer on the damn fence. No.
I just see this vision of what's happening and what's possible, and I'm like, I see it, like it's in my porthole, and I'm just like, it's like I'm slowly starting to get there, and it's all happening. So
yeah, and you're putting it in my head. I was just thinking, like, after I was telling you about how I'll mention at the meeting, I'm like, how freaking cool would it be if we had like an email, like if you spoke to whoever is like the health and wellness director here, because we have all sorts of departments, but that would be so cool if like you guys had something with Chevron and we got like a mass email to all the ships in the crew or ships in the fleet that had like ShipShape Health at the top and then all the information about it. And it would just be so cool. You got me thinking about it now.
All of that, it's your tunnel vision towards it. If you can put that goal, I put a lot of sticky notes up to like around me, and like all my goals are just like, especially on the ship. My mirror in my head was like dry erase marker, quotes this, quotes that, like, and then now it's sticky notes. So just like surround yourself by your goals and people who are willing to help you get there, right? Who support you to go there, and you won't miss.